What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VIII. Last time we ended the first disc with what appeared to be Edea killing Squall with a huge magic spear made of ice, and we pick up in yet another Laguna dream sequence. This time, we are in a pleasant little mountain village that has a natural buffer of mountains around it, and it just happens to be accessible mainly by sea. It is southwest on the Galbadian continent and west of the town of Timber. And Laguna is talking to a mysterious little girl named Alon. And before I go, there's a hidden Kiraga draw point by the dresser. So we're gonna go downstairs and see what's going on in this dream sequence, because the setting is quite a bit different from the last time we saw Laguna. Along with Ward and Kiros, they were just escaping a gang of Esther soldiers by jumping off a cliff into the sea, being spirited away by a boat, presumably to this town of Windhill. And he chastises her upstairs, and then calls her a good girl again once we get down here. And hey, some of the monsters in the town that Laguna was warning her about. We get attacked by a bite bug and one of these caterpillar monsters between the pub and Laguna's house. So yeah, his chastising of Alon was totally valid. She could have been attacked. Just like that. So we know very little about where Laguna is, aside from what I've decided to pull back the curtain on. Aw, Alon got in trouble. Use proper English when you speak to her, says Rain. This little girl is very, very special, and hey, it's Kiros! It has been a while, apparently, since Laguna and Kiros have seen each other, so we're gonna get a little bit of the timeline filled in here. Yeah, he does dress kind of funny. Still dressed like a weirdo, even though they're in their civilian outfits. And not their Galbadian army gear. And here is where we're just gonna get a big old exposition dump on us. Like the Cleveland steamer of exposition dumps. I was debating whether or not even to make that joke. So, he was bedridden for 6 months, and he got here about a year ago. Kiros recovered much more quickly in about a month. He displayed some of those excellent diving skills. I guess that broke the fall a little bit. Pleasant little chimes in this town. Gives you a good feel for what this town is like. Rural, bucolic, pleasant. How is Julia doing? Julia, the singer who Laguna loved, and whose love was mutual. She reciprocated that love for Laguna. And then the first song she released was Eyes on Me, remember? Very important phrase and song name. The song is about being in love, and there's a rumor that she got married to General Caraway, who is Renoa's father, the general of the Galbadian army. So Caraway ran off with Julia because Laguna never came back. Oh, Laguna's crushed by this. Okay, so moving on to the next topic. What's Ward been up to? We haven't heard from him either. Ward also quit the army, and he found work. He is a janitor down in the D District prison, a place we'll be learning about in a little bit after this dream sequence, actually. And he never got his voice back. He just mysteriously lost his voice there. But you can read his face pretty well. So, that's all for now. We'll talk later. Laguna has some work to do. Oh, cool. Kiros is gonna stick around with us for a little bit. Great. Weird way to start Disc 2 out with a dream sequence. Or a flashback, rather. I think it's pretty safe to say that this is a flashback at this point and not just any ordinary dream. So, Kiros, good question. What exactly is it that Laguna does here? Well, the only ones left are chocobos and the elderly and the women and the children. So, with monsters encroaching on the town, Laguna, in exchange for the town's kindness of nursing him back to health after he arrived here, he is protecting the town. He's doing constant patrols, and he's keeping the town safe from all the monsters who have been creeping their way in. Most of the healthy young men of this town were recruited to fight in the war. So, what Laguna just said, that's why just the women and the children and the elderly, that's why they're all that's left here in Winhill. And we're gonna do an excellent job of protecting this town from monsters by running away from the only ones we come in contact with. There's a neat little flower shop over here that has an Easter egg in it that I do not see. Unless I'm misremembering and you can't interact with... No, those are just flowers. Or maybe it's... I don't see it anywhere. Might be something super obvious I'm missing, or it might be just a little, roughly textured detail painted onto the walls here. Maybe you'll see it in the comments and you can point it out to me. I am apparently half blind. Half blind with perfect vision. Yep, that's the way it always works. There's supposed to be a map in the flower shop, but it's not a map of the world of Final Fantasy VIII. It actually happens to be a map of Earth. Happens to be a map of the real world. And you can't see it when you come back to Winhill later as the main party. So maybe I just missed it there. Who knows? Woo, this place looks like it got bombed. Looks like an army tore through here and salted the earth. One caterpillar? That's not enough for me to even get out of bed for. Again, doing a really good job of protecting the town by running away from everything. Oh, the assistant commander's Alon. It's adorable. So we've reached the end of our patrol route. Back to base. Still a soldier at heart. Still a soldier at heart. Even though now Laguna, Ward, and Kiros have all quit the army. So we're gonna see what Rain and Alon have been up to since we left them alone. If I ever stop getting attacked by the monsters rampaging through this town, unchecked, thanks to me. That sign up there is a chocobo crossing sign. Might be a little bit hard to tell because of the texturing. Yeah, Laguna's aim was to be a world-traveling journalist, and Kiros talked to the editor-in-chief of Timber Maniacs, and they're really receptive to the idea of travel pieces. So, who knows, maybe Laguna can write a couple of lengthy features about his time here in Winhill. Oh no, don't beat Kiros with your ass, Caterpillar. Yeah, maybe he could write about this town. It seems pretty pleasant. Geographically in a really interesting place. Oh, that's why he doesn't want to write about it. He doesn't want to make this place famous and attract too many tourists to the place, or so he says. Secretly, he's probably just worried about Rain. Seems to be his new love interest now that Julius slipped through his clutches. That mansion back there in the background, we can't get to it yet, but... Oh, that's a really interesting line. Let me just check his dialogue again. a country ruled by a sorceress, Esther's. That's pretty important. So 17 years in the past, we're learning that Esther is ruled by a sorceress. So the mansion that I was talking about, the mansion back in the town square can not be accessed by Laguna. It is actually for a side quest that you can partake in later on when you have control of the main party. Oh, so Rain doesn't appear to like Laguna all that much, but Alon sure does. Uncle Laguna. Little girl's so adorable. Oh, what's this? Is Rain actually... Yes, she is. She has her doubts about Laguna being able to stay still when he has these ambitions of traveling the world, even though Laguna, those ambitions seem to be fading a little bit. He seems content here in the countryside. And Alon just wants everyone to be together as one happy family. I love this storyline. Like, all of Laguna's storylines, well, the ongoing thread that kind of branches off multiple places. A lot of little nice subtleties to them. Okay, so how have we done today? We have exterminated 0 monsters. Alright, thank you. Thank you for doing nothing. Ah, and as a reward for doing absolutely nothing, she's gonna continue to feed us and take care of us and give us a place to sleep at night. She's gonna put a roof over our heads, away from all these scary monsters that we're not killing. Maybe I should... Oh, a chance for a first strike. More like a chance to run away quicker. Love to imagine the look of confusion on every monster's face. This is the guy protecting the town? Holy shit, let's just set up shop here. Alright, time for a little bit of a rest. He seems seems a little hesitant, though. Scared of waking up somewhere else. Yeah, scared of not being able to see Rain again. Please, let it be this room when I wake up. That's an interesting fear to have. And in fact, as Laguna goes to sleep, the rest of the gang is coming too. So, how is Laguna doing? They ask to Zell, who appears to, in these flashbacks, be Ward and not Kiros or Laguna. They all seem to inhabit a different person. And all Ward wants to do is fight alongside Laguna, but he's stuck doing janitorial work here in the prison. And he's doing janitorial work in the same prison that we are currently trapped in. The area that we're currently in is known as D District Prison, and it's the place where political prisoners of Galbadia are sent. So we have Quistis, we have Stealthy, we have Renoa, and we have Zell here. But Irvine is unaccounted for, and Squall is presumed dead after he was impaled at the end of the last disc, at the end of their encounter with Sorceress Edea, who they were sent to assassinate. So it's just now dawning on Zell that, hey, yeah, he does know this place. Ward worked here 17 years ago. Yeah, this is in fact a prison for political prisoners of Galbadia. Yeah, so we did attack the president and his new appointee to ambassador of Galbadia, Sorceress Edea. So we're probably gonna be put to death. Cheery shit all around. they had to have seen, like, this enormous shard of ice pierce Squall through the heart. Ah, he's alive. My thin veil of suspense has been pulled back and set ablaze. So, that's interesting. He's thinking about his wound, but there is no wound there. Maybe he's Wolverine. And we are apparently being held on floor 7 of D District Prison. D District Prison is kind of interesting. Mean guy. Not even mean guard, just mean guy. It's kind of interesting in that it's one of the rare locations in the game that you cannot revisit. And there are some pretty important side things, optional items hidden around here. Oh, man. God damn, they're going to work on him. I always feel terrible for Zell here. Renoa immediately giving herself up. Could have just said, nope, no Renoa here. No Renoa anywhere. Guess you didn't capture her. Maybe she figured they would just keep beating Zell if she didn't give herself up, but they had no reason. I don't know. It seems kind of silly. Because they seemed uncertain whether or not they had actually captured Renoa at all. And Cypher calling us pitiful, because we must have given him some kind of concussion or lobotomy with our sword that we used to defeat him in 4 seconds. When we fought him right before we fought Edea. And we have some new monster types coming in here. I can't remember what they're called. Moombas, I think? I don't want to believe that they're giving this messianic Christ imagery to Squall on purpose, but... well, the pose says a lot. Maybe that's just me projecting. So, Cypher is trying to interrogate him for some kind of information about Seed, despite the fact that he should know just about everything there is to know about being a Seed. He himself isn't one because he never graduated, but, I mean... you have to wonder, what is it he thinks he's going to learn from Squall? And he's just revealed that the rest of the gang is, in fact, here in D District, except we haven't seen Irvine yet. We don't really know what happened to Irvine yet. Your moment of triumph? I remember his moment of triumph a little bit differently than he did. Again, I'm remembering cutting him really bad-like. In about 4 seconds, and then that fight ended. Oh, and Squall passed out from the pain of being electrocuted. I kind of wish this torture scene was a little bit more like the ones from MGS1. That would have been kind of neat. Then again, I guess they're going for a different tone here. Draw and trying to cure Zell. But Selfie's doing a piss-poor job of it. Why is that, though? There seems to be an anti-magic field here. So their magic in D District is being suppressed. And I don't know what the deal with this Moomba is. I've never really known. Because it looks like he's sent to bring them a meal? Oh god, that sound effect is vicious. It seems like he's sent to bring them their meal, but then they just leave him in here after he trips and fucks that up? So, is he a prisoner too, or what? Zell, who just got his ass beat Rodney King style, now standing up to the mean guard as if nothing happened. And after we've established there's an anti-magic field here, she still cures him anyway. Quistis or Selfie or one of them does make a comment right before that I didn't point out. Like, it's not as effective as it should be, but it's better than nothing, so, It's not an anti-magic field so much as magic suppression? Dampening? Dampening, that's the word I'm looking for. And oh no! Cypher, under orders of Edea, is going to launch missiles at Balam Garden and destroy it. Edea wants it destroyed because Seed, apparently, their goal in life, as far as Cypher and Edea are concerned, is to provide them opposition, and Edea does not want that. So after the Guardian is destroyed, Cypher has consigned himself to be Edea's personal seed-hunting bloodhound. Things are not looking good for us. Have most of the gang trapped in a cell, Squall being tortured on the crucifix rack. Edea says Squall knows something. I mean, Squall's mission is pretty damn transparent. Cypher's convinced that when you become a seed, though, they give you some sort of secret information. They give you the nuclear launch codes or some shit. So Squall just wants to die, so he's gonna antagonize this guard by telling him his breath stinks. Way to go, Squall! Even when you're trying to get yourself killed, you're still miserably awful. Good night, sweet prince. You will not be missed. Oh, if only. Okay, so he's leaving 2 Moombas to watch him. Meanwhile... yeah, what now indeed? Oh god, it's all up to Zell. This is gonna go horribly, isn't it? Okay, how to escape, how do we do this? Well, Squall... sorry, Zell. You're the only person with a working knowledge of the ins and outs of this damn prison. So... man, Selfie's humor is dark! He's talking about skinning the Moomba and wearing him as a disguise! I almost didn't catch that! I forgot about that joke! Which may have not been a joke. Okay. So Zell is pretty good at hand-to-hand combat, so he doesn't need a weapon. So again, leave everything to him. Because of everyone here, he's demonstrated extreme competence. The women are unconscious. I think a snake bit them. This is Zell's plan. And to his credit, the guards are dumb enough to buy this shit hook, line, and sinker. And he just gut checks them, and we're good to go. You would think prisoners this dangerous would be guarded by more than one person at a time. But no. So that's gonna do it for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.